Hi everyone, welcome to part one of a four-part video training series with me, Emma O'Brien. I'm going to be talking to you over the next four videos about money and photography. Money is a very contentious subject for most people, I think. It makes the world go round, there isn't enough of it, everything's very expensive, it goes out and it goes out faster than it comes in. And it's a real struggle to make it. So if you can relate to those phrases I've just said, keep watching, this is for you. So I'm a Nikon school trainer and I'm a business mentor for other photographers. So I speak to a lot of photographers and creatives, and one of the most common problems I hear about is money. And I think actually whether you're a creative or a photographer, whatever you do, it's one of the most common topics of conversation, isn't it? And we are fed and bombarded by the media and by the kind of collective viewpoint that there's never enough of it. And I think for entrepreneurs, it becomes very challenging to make enough money in a business when we are constantly surrounded by this negativity. You know, it's one thing to be in a job and to be having a regular salary because you've got that job security. But when you become an entrepreneur and you start running your own business, it's up to you to bring that money in, which can be very, very challenging. And I think it's what stops a lot of people who would like to go full-time in their photography businesses from doing so. It keeps people as weekend photographers. It keeps photographers undercharging because that's a big one as well. We often don't make enough money in our photography businesses because we don't charge our worth. Now, I'm going to be going into much more about charging your worth and building the confidence to charge your worth in the next video. So do keep an eye out for that. That's going to be coming out in a couple of days' time. So in each video, I'm going to be sharing with you a tip that you can immediately implement in your business. So today's tip I'm going to be giving you is that you've got to start to get to grips with your money. Now, I think it's very common for people to not look at bank statements, not look at credit card statements, not look at bank accounts. I did it for a long time, and a lot of people that I speak to do it as well. So the tip here for you today is to get to grips with your money. Open your bank statements. Start to have a look at how much money you are spending each month and how much money you're bringing in. To run a successful business, you need to have a handle on money. You need to know how much money your business must bring in for you every month. Because if you don't know this, you can't put a plan in place to attract clients and attract income that is going to allow you to cover your costs and pay your bills. Now, it is very possible to earn a living as a full-time photographer or a full-time creative. I've been doing it for 15 years. There are loads of other photographers who have successful businesses and they are able to fund their lifestyles and cover all their bills very easily and very adequately. But what you've got to do, the thing all of these people have in common is that they all know how much money is coming in and going out of their bank accounts. I'll give you a bit of an example. When I first did this, it was a very uncomfortable exercise for me, and I think a lot of people put off getting to grips with money because it's uncomfortable, because we're going to actually uncover the truth of how we spend our money and uncover the truth of just how much we're spending every month, which can be terrifying. So when I first did this exercise, I had a look through and I was quite surprised actually at how much money was coming in to my photography business, that I hadn't realized I was earning quite as much as I was. But I was even more surprised and quite shocked by how much I was spending. So on one particular month, I had overspent by 12,000 Rand, which is about £650. Now that's a lot of money to overspend by, but I had no idea I was doing it. So until we start to really take control of our finances, many of you may find that you're in a similar position. And overspending is so common. Loads of people do it. That is why lots of people are stuck in overdrafts that are constantly expanding. It's why lots of people are stuck with spiraling credit card debt, because until we really know the numbers, we just keep spending. And the way to build a successful business is to get to grips with your spending and cut back on it. So first tip, and what I'm going to invite you to do after today's video, is start to go through your finances, have a look at what you're spending and have a look at what's coming in. And when you look at what you're spending, have a look at the expenses. Are they real proper expenses, or are you wasting money? Because you'd be amazed at how a trip shopping here and a trip shopping there and a couple of books here and a couple of pairs of shoes there and I'm just going to buy that lens and all of these things, or I'm just going to subscribe to that software. You'll be amazed that when you do that, these figures add up to way more than we expect. And you will find that you will be able to cut back on quite a lot of your monthly expenditure just by having a look at it and taking the blinkers off. So you are very welcome to do this with a glass of wine or your beverage of choice in hand if it softens the blow a little bit for you, because it will be a little bit uncomfortable. So you've got to get uncomfortable. Success isn't easy, and it doesn't come from a comfort zone, because if it did, everybody would be successful. So your first step to success is to getting to grips with your money. Once you've got an idea of that money expenditure, of how much money your business needs to bring in, you can think about how you're going to price your photography services and packages and how many clients you need to attract in every month, and start to build your business from that point up. In video 3, I'm going to be going into more about pricing and packaging and how you can actually put together a photography offering that's of great value to your client and also brings you in enough money to actually be able to make a living. So, video 2 is coming up. We're going to be talking charging your worth, which really leads on beautifully from what we've done here. So do go away, go through those bank statements. Please leave me a comment here. Let me know what you think about this, whether it's a bit scary for you or whether you've done this exercise and found it to be really useful. And do also go ahead and tag a friend who might need to be listening to this as well. Video 2 is going to drop in a couple of days' time, so do keep an eye on the social channels for that. And of course, if you're on my mailing list, you'll also be getting it out there. All right, folks, happy calculating, and I will see you soon.